It wasn't on my radar at all, and I'm glad. I mean, if I was going into it now and I knew as much about it as I do, I'd be absolutely terrified. Yeah, I was glad, but I didn't know anything about it.
How old are you?
17.
How long have you been 17?
A while.
I know what you are. You're impossibly fast. And strong. Your skin is pale white and ice cold.
Are you afraid?
Rob Pattinson and Kristen Stewart star in Twilight, a vampire film that has teenagers trembling with faux goth fever.
Christian Mill got killed by some kind of animal.
An animal?
You brought a snack. I don't know why it is so popular. I think it's kind of unique. I think it's very personal the way it's written. And I think not a huge amount of books that young people can read have this kind of serious melodrama aspect, which is what teenage life is all about. I mean, like, you take melodrama very, very seriously when you're a teenager. But I mean, it lends a very sympathetic ear to silly things like choosing where to sit in the cafeteria and stuff. And it's like written, you spend a whole page like about little kind of insignificant things.
Say it out loud. Say it.
Vampire. This isn't real. This kind of stuff just doesn't exist.
It does in my world.
Twilight is a really interesting phenomenon. I think when Summit Entertainment, which is the studio that's releasing it, bought the film, or bought really the book and decided to develop it, they really didn't quite know what they had, in part because this is a segment of the audience that the film business, as much as they talk about trying to reach it, really don't spend as much time mining it, I think, as they could be. And the other thing with this book is that it really became more popular by the month as new ones came out. It really just grew into something that I think surprised even the people who are making and distributing the film. So, you know, what's really interesting about the movie now is going to be, you know, beyond the core fan base, who goes and sees it.
If you're smart, you'd stay away from me.
One of the things that's really interesting about Twilight is that it kind of has this coattail effect where it makes everyone and everything associated with it more popular. So once the movie started getting into production and once it really started getting going, you really saw a kind of sweeping interest in anything and everyone associated with the film. And I think that's really what we're seeing with Pattinson. I mean, it's one of those things where instead of the traditional Hollywood sort of trajectory where, you know, the star helps make the movie in this case is really going to help make the star. And the entertainment business is hungry for people like that. And once they become known to that core fan base right here, I think we're really going to see them start to pop.
It's all superhero stuff, right? What if I'm not the hero? What if I'm the bad guy?
You're not.
It's just so bizarre when someone says, like, "Is your name Robert?" When I was in New York in some hotel and some person came up to me and they're like, "You're Robert Pattinson, right? You were born on May 13th, 1986. And I was like, "You drive an '89 BMW." And I was like, okay.
I read a synopsis that was terrible, and I was like, I don't want to be a part of something so trite. And I read the script because I had to, because my agents were like, read the script. And I really needed to at least have an audition. And me and Catherine worked for like 4 hours together, and then by the end of it, she was just like, okay, so you've got it. let's do this together. And so I was like, okay, great.
I'm not scared of you.
You really shouldn't have said that.